report the news that nobody has the balls to report.
Why am I the only one breaking stories like this? You can call me Uncle Turtleboy, Clarence, Aidan. I don't care what you call me.
Did you not say that you were gonna take my baby out of revenge and make him a transgender baby?
I think they don't like the things that I'm saying and they want me to stop saying them, but I'm not. I'm never gonna stop. Now, these are the kind of stories, guys, that must be told. I'm just a guy who's breaking stories and reporting news from my basement.
Yo, what's happening, Turtle Riders? How's everybody doing tonight? Good, excellent. Welcome to the live show, ladies and gentlemen. I am your host, Uncle Turtleboy, live from Turtleboy International Studios here in downtown Worcester, right next to the Turtleboy statue there. As you can see to my left, you can see the buttocks there of him doing ungodly things to that poor turtle. So anyway, guys, welcome. I've gone ahead and I've shared the link to the stream on the various social media pages that we currently run. I am sharing the Clarence Woods Emerson page on Facebook, my personal account, which has like, I don't know, 27,000, I think 250 followers. Go like that. Follow that. Follow the Turtleboy Daily News page if you haven't done so already. I went live there for the game yesterday. It was freaking dead on there. I'm never doing that again. We had like under 20. It was better on YouTube. I don't know what it is with Facebook, if people just aren't on Facebook Live or what, but never again on Facebook Live. That sucked. So yeah, follow but the Turtleboy Daily News is good for like on Facebook for sharing blogs and stuff like that. If you like to, keep up with the comments, there's a lot of good commentary on there, stuff like that. It's growing. I think we're about 30,000 strong on there. We also have the Uncle Turtleboy page. So I think we're like close to 80,000 on the three pages combined. So that's a good sign. So go ahead and like all those if you haven't done so already. Follow me on Twitter. My Twitter account is at Dr. Turtleboy. That's DOCTOR Turtleboy, because if Jill Biden is a doctor, then I'm definitely a doctor. And go follow. I don't know why people aren't following at Turtleboy Phone. If you follow one, follow the other. I got two accounts because you never know if one's going to be taken away from me by the Twitter gods if Elon doesn't go ahead and finish up this deal there. So go ahead and follow both of those accounts if you haven't done so already. We're on the gram too at Turtleboy_daily_news. But most importantly, we need you to go ahead and smash that subscribe button, folks. I think we're up to like almost 20,600 subs. Let's get to 21,000. Come on, folks. Let's get there. Smash that subscribe button. Join the fun. Hit the notifications bell. We are here every Tuesday and Saturday night at 9 p.m. unless there's some type of playoff game, which there's not this week on those days. On Thursday nights, we do a special thing called Turtle Club, which I would urge you all to join. There's a link in the description of this video. If you click on that, you can join Turtle Club for just $15 a month. You get ad-free, no ads on the website, which is cool because there's a lot of ads, not going to lie. Got to pay the bills somehow, but you can just get rid of the ads by paying $15 a month, and you get access to the Thursday night stream that nobody else gets, and you get a free t-shirt. So we hook it up that way. You just got to email me and let me know which one you want. By the way, there's a guy named Daniel G out there. Daniel G, you've emailed me a few times about the t-shirt, my dude, and I keep emailing you back and telling you we don't have that particular shirt that you've asked for. It's been discontinued. And I keep getting the automatic rejection on your email. So don't send me an email from an email that I can't respond to. It's not going to work. Like functioning things here. You got to email me just with a regular email. Okay. So do it that way. Okay. Yeah. So there's all that. If you guys want to donate with the super chat, we're banned from using the monetization aspects of YouTube because we had the wrong opinions on the climax. I actually thought about starting a new channel just so we can monetize. I don't know what you guys think about that, because it's just not the same without the super chat. People like the super chat. We did build our own thing. It's called Turtle Chat. It's pinned at the top. If you like what we do, the independent journalism that we do here at Turtleboy Sports, we've broken quite a few stories here, especially recently. Then you can go ahead and click on that top thing there. That brings you to a donation link. You can donate any amount of money you want. and you get to write a little message with it. So for instance, I'll get an email notification that will alert me that, hey, you got a dono, and I'll go and check it out and we will see the message. So for instance, I got this one, I think this was yesterday, during the game, which I was not expecting. So thank you very much. So I didn't even check yesterday during the game because there was like no one there, but Sean just gave 50. So Sean chose not to leave a message, but he did write his name. So thank you, Sean. But again, you can write whatever you want on your turtle chat because it's yours. You can give a shout out to your boy, your baby mama. Maybe you can call someone out. I'm surprised more people don't utilize the super chat. Takes too much money. Yeah, it does take too much money. They take 30%, but people do it more. Like I would bet the math comes out that it's like better for the brand or better for my business, if you will, by having it, because for whatever reason, people don't like to do the turtle chat because people like to have it come up as a color on there. I don't know why. It's just human nature, I guess. But because I go back and I look at old episodes and I'm like, oh man, the turtle chats, when one person does a super chat, everyone starts doing them. People just start following with the super chat. They're like, oh yeah, people just, I don't know, it turns into like a game. And with the turtle chat, you can't see it. So I see it on my end, obviously, and I bring them up periodically throughout the show. It's not the same thing. It's not the same thing. So I have thought about just creating a new channel and just monetizing it. It probably wouldn't take that long to monetize it. You have to have like a certain amount of hours or whatever. So maybe I want the Shepherd Hill undefeated cross country shirt. That one's awesome. I got a couple of those. That's one of my favorite shirts. I love that shirt. We actually went undefeated like, I don't know, 4 or 5 times. We were freaking nasty across country, man. We had a powerhouse at Shepherd Hill. We won the Swickle like 5 years, dude. Killed everyone. So, okay. Anyway, can you reapply to get monetized? No, I'm banned for life. I'm banned for life because I had the wrong opinions on the climax. I think the best hope we would have is if Elon Musk buys Google too. That would be preferable, or somebody like Elon Musk. Even then, it might be too late at that point. But I'm just not a big YouTube guy. That's the thing. It's like I'm not. The YouTube world is a different world to me. I like social media. To me, YouTube is not social media. There's no like feed. There's no rooms. There's no, it's not the same. Like you follow, like how do you like on Facebook? I can and Twitter. I find new people because I'll put something out there, new content. People will like it. They'll share it. They'll comment on it. Right. And then it shows up in their feeds and then new people see it. That's how I grow on Facebook. And that's how I grow on Twitter. On YouTube, you don't grow that way. On YouTube, it's all hit or miss. I'll tell you that when we get a bunch of new subs, it's because I did a blog and I'll put an insert at the top and say, we're going to talk about this on the YouTube show tonight. Smash the subscribe button here. And then I'll get like 300 new subs. That's how I do it. Other than that, I get like a couple new subs a day. It's not because I'm not in the YouTube world. I'm not going on panels. I don't do any of that shit. The only panel I'll go on is Connie's. He's got me signed for life. I won't go on anyone else's panel. But no, I don't even know who I'd go on. I don't know how to like connect with people on this thing. I'm not a YouTube guy. I'm a blogger. The show is supplementary to the blog. Basically, usually we talk about things that, we've already written about on the blog or about to write about on the blog. Tonight, we're going to talk about something a little different. We're going to talk about the shooting because I have a lot of strong opinions about that. So anyway, I'm going to bring our girl Deb on now. How you doing, Deb?
Doing good. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Welcome to the show. Welcome. How's everything's okay with you? You sure?
Yeah, doing good.
Dan, excellent. Everything's always good with you. Glad you're always good spirited. So
I'm a bright and sunny personality level.
Okay. Well, first of all, TK can suck all the dicks. The only thing more boring track is field.
I was waiting to see that.
Fuck off. The track and field is exciting. Okay, I guess the field is a little less exciting because they go one at a time. But like, how can you watch like a very competitive like 100-meter dash or like a 400-meter hurdle race or some shit like that? It's like down to the wire. Like that's fucking exciting. Like, do you not find the Kentucky Derby exciting? Like, it's fun. It's exciting. It's a lot more fun than baseball. I'll tell you that much. So. But that's just me. That's just me. Okay. He knew that was going to piss me off. TK did.
Yeah, so. I waited for it.
All right. So anyway, guys, tonight, obviously, today rather, a horrible thing happened in what's it called? Uvalde, Texas. It's a town of 16,000 people, about 60 miles from the border. It's west of San Antonio. I've never heard of it before. But there was
Suzanne knows somebody there or something.
Suzanne knows someone everywhere.
She really does, like
everywhere. So there was a shooting there at a school. I forget the guy's name. I don't even care what his name is. 18 years old, Hispanic. He shot. I guess he killed his grandmother first. That's what they're saying. And then, so this wasn't even like let's just go into a school and fucking kill kids. Like he just killed someone, and this was like added on to the rampage. So he goes into a school, and we don't know the details yet. We know that 18 people at least are dead, 17 of which are children, and one of them is a teacher. And I'm sure when you see the names, there's going to be a lot of Mexican American kids, because that's, you know, a very Latino part of the country, and it's also a really red part of the country. They have a very Republican. He left his grandma for dead. She survived. Who's you talking about? Whose grandma?
The gunman.
Oh, she survived. Wow. Okay. Wow. So whatever. Fuck this kid. So he's dead. He didn't make it out, and that's the thing. It's like it should be a death sentence. Like if you go into a school and you start shooting, like you should know you're gonna die on the way out. Like you are not going to live. Like enough of this shit. Like you should die. Like there should be no taking you alive. We should assume you're not giving up. Kill them all. Don't give them a chance to surrender. Boom, dead. Okay. But anyway, he did that. I don't care what his reasons are. If he's mentally ill, he's mentally ill. And of course, as soon as I see this, I'm just like, fuck. I got the update, and I'm like, I don't know what you guys said. When I saw that, I'm like, it said 14 kids at the time, or like 14 dead, including 13 children. It said when I first got it. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm not going to be able to go on Twitter. I'm like, it's going to be a freaking, the worst people in the world are going to be on there, and you know exactly what they're going to be saying. You know exactly what they're going to be like. You have like Ted Cruz is going to say something like, our thoughts and prayers are with the loved ones, and he's just going to get murdered in the comments. People are going to be like, fuck you. You have blood on your hands, motherfucker. You did this. You could have stopped. Oh my God. The NRA owns you, blah, 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 blah. It's everywhere on social media. It's going to get ugly. And it always is after something like this happens, unfortunately. And I am so sick and tired. The laziest take. A lot of people are talking about this speech from Connecticut Senator Chris Murphy. And I'm going to show you it real quick. I think I got it over here. Chris Murphy. Speech. Okay. This guy's a real asshole too. Real piece of shit. This guy, real winner. Okay. Chris Murphy speech. I saw the gunman was trans. Is it really?
Oh man.
Oh, well, that's almost like it's a mental illness, but all right. So check out this douche. I know.
Why do you spend all this time running for the United States Senate? Why do you go through all the hassle of getting this job, of putting yourself in a position of authority? If your answer is that as the slaughter increases, as our kids run for their lives, we do nothing. What are we doing? Why are you here? If not to solve this.
Yeah, what do you say? I'm going to play it again. If not
as this.
So if not to solve a problem as this, he says. And right there is the problem, folks. Solve a problem. Who the fuck do you think you are? Harry Houdini? Solve a problem? You think that's what you got elected to do? Like we elected these 100 people to the United States Senate that have the magical ability to just stop shootings? What? As if you possess the freaking power to stop this? Are you out of your mind? Are you out of your mind? But here's the problem with this whole do something thing that people always say after this. I get it. I get why you'd say something like that, but it's meaningless. Like when you're like, oh, I do something. We know what your something is. Your something is take away guns. Like that's your something is gun control. Is let's ban whatever the gun was that he chose to use, and it wasn't an AR-15. They'd be having a field day with this time. I guess it was a shotgun. Ban it. Like that's their initial thing. Like let's ban the gun that did this. That's their solution. Okay, so first of all, it's not a solution because it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen in Texas, certainly. We have a Second Amendment in this country, and so you know that it's not going to happen. So what's going to happen here is he's going to give his speech, and they're going to be like, oh, yeah, Slay Queen, you did a good job. You know, you got up there. It was really impassioned. You're from Connecticut. You had Sandy Hook there, and he's going to feel really good about himself, right? And that after this is done. And then this will go on, and then 2 weeks later, there will be the next thing. There will be the next part of the news cycle. Some Ukraine or whatever. Something's going to happen. That's how the news cycle works. And nothing will change. And he knows that if his solution is take away guns, then nothing's going to get done, because that's not a logistical solution. You know that, because conservatives don't believe in that. So that's not a solution. Okay. And the Second Amendment prevents you from doing it. So it's not a solution. And what would it even like? What? So what are you going to do? So we're going to ban what guns? And who are you going to ban from getting the guns? Would that have stopped this guy from getting a gun? We don't know anything about this guy. We don't know any. We need common sense gun. We don't even know how the fuck this guy got a gun. The bodies aren't even fucking cold yet. We don't know a goddamn thing about him. And we're just, it must be guns. Guns. What? We don't know freaking anything. Can we figure out what happened first? And then maybe then talk about ways to possibly, try to prevent this without infringing on innocent, law-abiding people's rights. Turtle Cadet says the government has algos to monitor potential international terrorists, to monitor speech used by angry parents, but not for monitoring potential school shooters. Well, we'll see, and they do. But who knows? What if somebody wouldn't even, how do you know? Like, what if there was he's only 18. Like maybe he probably wrote some shit on the internet sometime that like people noticed and were like, that guy's crazy. It always ends up being that way, right? It's never just like comes as a complete surprise, but it could in theory, and what then? How do you stop that then? Like the best surveillance in the world couldn't stop that from happening. So I think what a lot of people are missing here, and the most obvious fucking thing, guys, is we don't have school shootings in Massachusetts. We don't. And we're not a small state. We're like 12th or 13th largest in the country population-wise, and we don't have school shootings here. That's not a thing. And it's not because we have gun control, because states like Connecticut, like Newtown, Connecticut, had a shooting, obviously. And Colorado's had shootings, and that's a blue state. A lot of blue states have had school shootings. Being in a blue state and having strict gun control laws is not what keeps us safe in our schools. What keeps us safe from our schools, and correct me if I'm wrong, this is my experience, right? If I want to go to my kid's school and I want to walk inside the school, I can't do it. I can't do it. You know why I can't do it, Deb?
Why?
I mean, is your kid in kindergarten?
Not yet.
Not yet. When they go,
this year.
would you expect it? Would you expect to be able to just walk into school?
Yeah.
Open the door?
Not.
No. Why?
Should be locked.
Because it's locked. It's fucking locked. Why aren't these buildings locked?
That's what I just said before.
That's
before
my
first. I said that too.
Like that's like the most like guns are the problem. Lock the fucking door.
Right?
Lock the fucking door. How is that not the knee-jerk fucking reaction to every school shooting? Lock the fucking door.
I remember when Columbine happened, I was in 9th grade, and they started locking our schools immediately, like right away.
Where are these schools where you can just walk in? What schools are the ones that you can just walk into? I mean, the guy at Sandy Hook, did he just walk in? How'd that happen?
I know,
How come we don't know that? How come we know all about the gun that he had and where he bought it and all this shit, but I don't know how he got into school? That to me seems like the first thing that they should do. Okay?
Absolutely.
Lock the fucking door. You have to get buzzed in to get in. And to get buzzed into a school should be treated like the one of the most serious things that you could possibly do. Not just because of the guy could be a potential school shooter. He could be a diddler. Could be a pedophile.
Could be a kidnapper. Anything.
Could be a drunk. Could be a drug addict. You know, could be the child sex traffickers. You know, from Stop and Shop,
trying to take their kid. Like
somebody that doesn't have custody. Exactly, coming in. The schools should be treated like a fortress because there is treasure inside that should be protected at all costs. Under no circumstances should somebody did this kid just walk into the fucking school? Okay.
I think someone said that his mother worked there, or wasn't that like Connecticut?
Adam Lanz's mother, I don't think she worked in the school. He killed her before. He went on he killed her first, and then he went on the rampage. But seriously, lock the door. Just lock the door. And when you want to get buzzed in, that should be treated like one of the most serious things possible. Like you should have to show verification. You shouldn't just be like the blue-haired secretary shouldn't just look at her freaking camera and be like, okay, no. This should be like some Fort Knox shit. Like schools should be treated like a fortress, and there should be somebody, you know, a man. Sorry, ladies, a man, or like, you know, the gym teacher woman, maybe manning the front door. Somebody like that should be just act like that should be their job. At South High, there was only one way to drive into the school, and there's a security guard there. I don't know why all schools don't have this. It should be common sense. Now, I understand there's more elementary schools than there are middle schools and high schools, and so maybe it's just not logical. And most of the time, the guard's just gonna be standing there, and nothing's gonna happen. But nobody's gonna die that way. Okay, you just have to show ID to the camera and why I'm there. And I would have to I would even say make an appointment. Like you should have to make an appointment. You should have to call the school, let them know exactly what time you are going to be there.
Yeah, absolutely.
They should be expecting you when you show up, and you should have to show identification to prove who you are to get into the school. And even then, I would say you don't have to come in. Like if you were there to pick up your kid, which is really the only reason to go into a school, then we will deliver your child to you. And there should be like strict things about like nobody can go out that door either. Because if you go out the door, then someone can come in the door, right? Without getting buzzed in. There should that should be priority number one, is fix the schools. Like fix the security issues at our schools. We have a major problem in this country with that these people can just walk into a school. Our most valuable resources are in that school. Little kids, protect them. Okay. Your stupid shit with the guns isn't going to work. Number one, it's unconstitutional. Number two, and you're not going to get it passed in red states. So it's pointless to even try. It's an unserious solution to a very serious problem. So, you know, Joe Biden's going to give a speech, right? And I'm like, okay, I think some people out there, I think Tucker is watching, he's like, we hope that he's going to, you know, not give a divisive speech. We hope this is going to be a serious thing, right? That he's going to do. And no, Tucker, no, I knew exactly what his speech was going to be. It was exactly what. So let's watch his speech. We're going to pause it at certain parts to see what this idiot had to say. Go ahead.
I had hoped when I became president, I would not have to do this again. Another massacre. Uvalde,
Can't even
Texas. An elementary school.
This is the leader of the free world.
Beautiful, innocent, second, third, fourth graders.
Okay. Yep. Okay. So far, just slow.
How many scores of little children who witness what happened see their friends die as if they're on a battlefield, for God's sake?
That's horrible.
They'll live with it the rest of their lives. There's a lot we don't know yet. There's a lot we do know. The parents who will never see their child again, never have them jump in bed and cuddle with them.
Okay, so far.
Parents will never be the same. To lose a child is like having a piece of your soul ripped away. There's a hollowness in your chest. You feel like you're being sucked into it.
No, go
Never
away.
going to be able to get out. Suffocating. It's never quite the same.
Can you pause this for one second?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the guy who can't shut up about his son, Bo, his grown son, Bo, who died. He mentions him every fucking chance he can to weaponize his own son's death. And now he's not even talking about it. Like, you lost. Now would be the appropriate time to actually talk about Bo, and you're not doing it. And so, like, so far, I would give the speech like a C, right? So far, because it's like, yeah, I don't. That's what you should be focusing on right now, is the horror and the tragedy of this all, right? Something that, we all agree this is a horrible thing. Pray for them, let's protect our children. Let's not focus on hating each other. Maybe just like enjoy, go home and hug your kid if you have them right now, because life is too short. Something like that. I don't know. But just the way he delivers it too. It's just like, this is the best we have to offer. 330 million people, and we get that? Are you fucking kidding me? All right, let's play some more.
It's shared by the siblings and the grandparents and the family members and the community that's left behind. Scripture says.
Stop messaging me on live, people.
Jill and I have talked about this in different contexts, in other contexts. The Lord is near to the brokenhearted and saves the crushed in spirit.
Oh, he's so bad.
So many crushed spirits.
Oh my God.
So tonight, I ask the nation to pray for them. Give the parents and siblings the strength in the darkness they feel right now. As a nation, we have to ask, when in God's name are we going to stand up to the gun lobby?
Okay, here we go.
When in God's name, we do what we all know in our gut needs to be done.
Okay, pause it. So he's taking a turn here. Like, everything was fine. How far are we into the speech now? How many minutes? It's like a 7-minute speech.
2.5.
So he lasted 2.5 minutes of okay. And then it's just like, when are we going to go after my enemies? Right? When are we going to go after the people I don't like, the Trump voters? When are we going to do? You're the problem. You did this. Those kids are dead because of you. When are we going to do something that we all agree? No, we don't all agree, motherfucker. We don't all agree at all. We disagree, actually. Very much so. We all want kids to live. We all agree with that. Some of us. But we all don't agree on how that can get done. Your solution is a stupid, childish one. Take all the guns. Take the guns. That'll work. Yeah, that's the solution. That's a stupid idea. It's never going to work. And so you don't have an idea. So we don't all agree. So shut up. Play some more.
It's been 3,448 days, 10 years since I stood up at a high school in Connecticut, a grade school in Connecticut, where another gunman massacred 26 people, including 20 first graders at Sandy Hook Elementary School. Since then, there have been over 900 incidents of gunfires reported on school grounds. Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School in Parkland, Florida. Santa Fe High School in Texas. Oxford High School in Michigan. The list goes on, and the list grows when it includes mass shootings at places like movie theaters, houses of worship.
All blue states you
We
mentioned.
saw just 10 days ago at a grocery store in Buffalo, New York. I am sick and tired of it.
Oh, really?
We have to act. And don't tell me we can't have an impact on this carnage. I spent my career as a senator and a vice president. working to pass common sense gun laws.
Pause it.
We can and won't prevent every tragedy.
Don't tell me we can't affect this, that we can't stop this. I'm freaking God. Don't you know that? I'm Harry Houdini up here, bitch. You elected me to just stop people from killing each other, and I'm going to do it. Really? Are you? I mean, what would how are you going to stop bad? There's always going to be murder. Always. Bad people are always going to do bad things. It's human nature. If we got rid of police, we would all be killing each other so fast. Trust me, there would be so much murder. You guys don't even know. There'd be so much murder.
He told everyone to get a gun in 2013.
He did?
Yeah.
Why?
Because he wanted Jill to get a gun to shoot the intruders off the back porch.
He did?
Yeah.
I don't remember that. Sure about that?
Mm-hmm.
He said everyone should get a gun?
He wanted everybody to get a shotgun.
Okay, I don't remember that one. I'll take your word for it. But he said everyone should get a shotgun?
Lots of people are saying, yeah,
really?
Lots of people comments are saying it too, yeah.
That's wild.
Yep.
That's wild. That's freaking wild that he actually said that. Wow. That's news to me. Are you kidding me? He said that? Oh my God. I'm like, you can't be serious. He said that?
Everybody should get a shotgun, yep.
Oh my God. You have to be kidding. Can we'll play it after this. But it's just and that's what was used here, a shotgun. The guy went, are you kidding me? So now I think he's got a caveat. He's like, we can't stop all the shootings. I would like to point out that every major city in this country where the vast majority of shootings take place is run by a Democrat. All of them, New York, Chicago, they're all run by Democrats. Los Angeles, and they can't stop shootings. There's nothing they can do because shitty people are going to do shitty things, dude. It's unfortunate. We should protect. We should protect our children from these shitty people. That's the best thing you could do. Okay, so let's play some more.
Absolutely.
But we know they work and have positive impact. When we passed the assault weapons ban, mass shootings went down. When the law expired, mass shootings tripled.
Oh, that must be
the
it then.
idea that an 18-year-old kid can walk into a gun store and buy 2 assault weapons is just wrong.
Why is that wrong?
What in God's name do you need an assault weapon for except to kill someone?
Pause it.
Durant.
What do you need an assault weapon for except to kill someone? What do you need a handgun for except to kill someone? I got news for you, Joe. The whole purpose of a gun is to kill people. That's literally the whole point. Oh, no. People say, oh, it's for target practice. Well, what do you think you're practicing for?
Right? What are you practicing
You're practicing to kill people. You hope you don't have to kill a person because that can be really traumatic. But literally the entire purpose of a gun is for you to shoot another human being with it. Okay? Hopefully it will deter the person from thinking about doing that. That is also what a gun can do. But the whole function of a gun, the function of a ladder is to climb things, not to potentially climb things, one day, to actually climb things. The gun is to shoot something. Okay? That's literally the whole point of the gun. You go to I just want to do it to go to the range. What do you think the range is? The range is practice in case you have to shoot a human being. You idiot. You absolute moron. And what else was he saying there? He said something else freaking ridiculous. Rewind that for maybe, 20 seconds, 30 seconds.
It's just wrong. What in God's name do you need an assault weapon for except to kill someone?
I remember what
Durant through the forest with Kevlar vests on, for God's sake.
So, for God's sake, what does an 18-year-old need a gun for, bitch? How old do you have to be to join the United States military? This country gives guns to 18-year-olds and tells them to go kill people. What are you talking about? We've been doing that since the Revolutionary War days. We're giving guns to younger people and that. Go shoot redcoats. That's what guns were used for, you idiot. You absolute buffoon. I would also like to point out that on Twitter, a lot of the Ukraine flag people right? We've all seen them. That's like the new he, him, and the pronoun thing. The Ukraine flag. It's added to the list. The Ukraine flag. Those people are very in favor of gun control. All of a sudden, the same people that 10 days ago were like, yeah, let's give $40 billion worth of guns to Ukraine. Let's just give $40 billion worth of guns to Ukraine. Those won't be used for anything bad. Oh, I'm sure every single gun and weapon that $40 billion in taxpayer money was used for will be used to kill bad people only. No good people are going to die from the $40 billion worth of guns that we just gave to Ukraine. Jesus Christ, these people are so unserious. Okay, let's play some more.
For God's sake. It's just sick. And the gun manufacturers have spent 2 decades aggressively marketing assault weapons, which make them the most and largest profit. For God's sake, we have to be courageous to stand up to the industry. Here's what else I know. Most Americans support common sense laws, common sense gun laws.
We don't agree with common sense.
I just got off a trip from Asia, meeting with Asian leaders. And I learned of this while I was on the aircraft. What struck me on that 17-hour flight, what struck me was these kinds of mass shootings rarely happen anywhere else in the world.
Oh, it struck you, huh?
Why? They have mental health problems.
This rarely happens anywhere else in the world, except, when people in Rwanda decide that like the other ethnic group in town, they should be butchered with machetes. Yeah, besides, and like they kill 900,000 of them. Besides that, it happens nowhere. Or in, the former Yugoslavia, when they decide, Bosnian Muslims, they should just be exterminated. So it doesn't happen anywhere else in the world. Or like, the Holocaust. That never happened either, right? Never happened. It only happens in America. We're the only country in the world where bad people kill each other. Or, Norway. Wasn't there a mass shooting in Norway that people talk about? A white supremacist or some shit? Or you turn on, what was that? What were those French flags for? Remember the French flags? We all had French flags. Yeah. We all saved Paris from ISIS 5 years ago. We did that. I did that too. I saved Paris from ISIS because I changed my Facebook picture there. And it was Charlie. I am Charlie. Remember that? Je suis Charlie. Yeah, that's not America when that happens. How many war-torn countries there are in the world where people just kill each other all the time, but we're the only ones that have this? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Also, other countries have like higher suicide rates. A lot of these Asian countries that people love, they kill each other at much higher rates than we do. Oh, China, they don't have a lot of mass shootings in China. Well, they do have concentration camps where Uyghur Muslims are kept. They do have those, but at least they don't have mass shootings. So they got that going for them. Play the rest.
They have domestic disputes in other countries. They have people who are lost. But these kinds of mass shootings never happen with the kind of frequency they happen in America. Why? Why are we willing to live with this carnage? Why do we keep letting this happen?
Because you're going to move on to the next thing.
Backbone.
Because you're going to move on to the next thing next week, Joe.
Deal with it and stand up to the lobbies. It's time to turn this pain into action. For every parent, for every citizen in this country, we have to make it clear to every elected official in this country, it's time to act. It's time for those who obstruct or delay or block the common sense gun laws. We need to let you know that we will not forget.
Oh, fuck you.
We can do so much more.
Pause.
We have to do more.
That's the most divisive thing he said. We're going to let you know we will not forget. You did this, Ted Cruz. You did this, Marco Rubio. You did this, Rand Paul, Lindsey Graham, Josh Hawley. You did this. Those kids would have lived if there was just common sense gun control. Well, how would you have kept that 18-year-old who was legally allowed to buy a gun from buying a gun? Oh, we was ban the shotgun. The same shotgun that you wanted everyone to buy a couple years ago. Yeah, we're going to ban it. And then, okay, well, then what if he bought a handgun and went and did the same thing? Well, then we ban that because that's common sense too. What are you talking about?
Definitely those weapons and not the people holding them or anything. Oh my God, Mom, stop.
Yeah. How much is left? How many minutes left in this?
A minute.
Okay, let's play the rest.
Our prayer tonight is those parents lying in bed and trying to figure out, will I be able to sleep again? What do I say to my other children? What happens tomorrow? May God bless the loss of innocent life on this sad day. And may the Lord be near the brokenhearted and save those crushed in spirit, because they're going to need a lot of help, and a lot of our prayers. God love you.
Oh,
Will you go to Texas, sir? Sir, will you go to Texas?
No.
No, because the guy's a transgender Mexican, so probably not. Maybe the shooter was white, and the kids are probably the wrong. And so a lot of the victims are going to be Mexican American. And I got news for you, Joe. The vast majority of the parents of these kids that died today, they didn't vote for you, okay? And they don't agree with you on gun control. I will guarantee you that much right now. This is a working class town. You've seen some of these people on the news already. This is a Trump town, okay? Your bullshit isn't going to work there. So I guess he has to visit. He has to, but good luck giving your gun control speech there in Uvalde, Texas. I don't think it's going to go the way you plan it to go, Joe. Okay. So let me show you. Oh my God. Do you know who Eric Swalwell is?
I've heard the name. Yeah.
I've talked about him before. He's this idiot congressman from California. And this guy, after every freaking thing, he talks about his stupid son, who's probably like my son's age. And he cannot shut up about his son. He has to bring his son onto everything. Let me find. He had this amazing tweet the other day about his stupid son. About like, oh my God, look at this guy getting. He always talked about like, oh, my son asked me, Daddy. He likes to put his stupid kids on there.
Yeah.
He asked my dad. Oh, this is the one. No, this is not. Hold on. My son I'll find it. Oh, there's this son. My little buddy turned 5. Don't grow up, Nelson. Okay, congratulations, you're a dad. Awesome. Anyway. Oh, here it is. This is the one. This is the tweet. He had this one a few days ago. It says, my 4-year-old walks into a room with the news on, asks about a mass shooting, and it's the parents' fault. He heard about it. Folks, we have a gun problem in America. So that was a response because he said this, okay? Wow. My 4-year-old just FaceTimed me to ask what I'm doing to help the people in Buffalo. Why did the bad man do this? Absolutely gutting. This cannot be normal. It's time to ban assault weapons. I mean, I can't even tell you how deranged you have to be to tweet something like this because obviously this never happened. I mean, that's the most. If you look at the replies, this guy everybody just goes fang all the time because this is the guy that had sex with the Chinese spy. Fang.
Yes.
And so he's just a complete joke. And so all these people are just like, my 4-year-old just FaceTimed me to ask, why did U.S. politicians...
My 3-year-old, my newborn.
Yeah, my newborn, upon exiting the womb, looked up. She follows me. Looked up at me with barely open eyes and asked why politicians feel the need to create fictional stories about their offspring making bad points. My 3-year-old just emailed me and asked why I bought him a toy gun that mimics its deadly counterpart. With this, my 4-year-old just FaceTimed to ask why did U.S. politicians vote to give Ukraine $40 billion while we face record inflation and baby formula shortages? Absolutely gutting. Absolutely gutting. My 10-year-old grandson from Buffalo. Oh no, that's a bad one. That's another idiot. There was just like, I'll take shit that never happened for $400, Alex. All this shit.
Yeah, right.
And yeah. So anyway, this is and this is the same guy, by the way, that claimed that he had this conversation one time with this dude that messaged him. So this guy's got like I did a show on this one time. He's got like 1.2 million followers on Twitter. And, you know, if you got that many people following you, you're not even going to respond to the trolls. You wouldn't have time. You know, they do it. Well, this guy claims he had this conversation with this troll that went exactly as followed. The guy messaged him and said, "Traitor, hopefully you get hung one day. You should be shot." And then he responds by saying, "Hi, I'm Eric. What's your name?"
That's how I respond to all my trolls.
Yeah. And this is actually the congressman's assistant. This is the congressman. What is your name? Jeremy. Oh, cool. I'm from California. What about you? Canada. I love Canada. What part? Vancouver. You're a lot more personable than you come across. Vancouver is the best. You're lucky to live there. Well, I want to be responsive. Okay, fair enough. So I'm pretty choked at these accusations. I, like a lot of people with regards to this Asian spy, why don't you address it? So totally by accident, but I feel it's just like, I did nothing wrong. It's like, this guy made up a fictional character to message with himself. This is actually what he wrote. Like, he goes, "A man DM'd me that I'd be shot. For my family's safety, I asked Twitter for help IDing him. When Twitter fell short, I asked the guy his name and why he threatened me. Meet Jeremy Marshall, who told me he was radicalized by Tucker Carlson." He made,
sure he did.
Oh my God, he made a whole thing up to try to censor Tucker. That's all these people do. They're so obsessed with Tucker because they can't stand Tucker because he kills them in the ratings. So he makes up a conversation about some guy who was radicalized by Tucker Carlson to threaten to kill him or whatever. And then this guy messages him and he's just like, first of all, it's all made up. I'd like to point that out. This guy isn't real. But if he was real, let's suppose he was real just for one moment. The guy messaged you like all fired up and like you, Eric Swalwell, calmed him down. You de-escalated the situation. And then what do? You dox him and you call the feds on him. Like, what the hell is wrong with you? What is wrong with this man? And then he posts the whole freaking conversation on here. And he's just like, oh my God. Another person he was radicalized by was Joe Rogan. Rogan. Oh my God.
Yes, I engaged with this guy just to get his last name. And then I found him because there's no other Jeremy Marshalls anywhere in Canada.
Well, everything with these people comes back to just censoring Joe Rogan and Tucker Carlson. It's all part of the censorship game. Everything they do comes back to censoring. That is their goal. And then he goes, because I wrote Eric Swalwell a DM after this. He never got back to me. So I'm like, do you read all your DMs, dude? And he never got back to me. And so this is the Buffalo tweet he had the other day. And then he had a follow-up one where he like shows the, let me see if I can find it. He shows the text message from his son. You got to see okay, here it is. "I love the people who are saying that no 4-year-old would ask this. You're in absolute denial if you think our kids aren't watching the horrors we are allowing." And then he shows his son watching TV, watching like Buffalo news on TV, the 4-year-old. And he goes, "What is he asking for? He wants to know if you are going to help the people who died at the supermarket." Oh my God. If you're gonna what does this guy tell his son he is? Superman? Right? Like, dude, you're freaking some congressman from California no one cares about. You're the guy that banged Fang Fang.
And seriously,
Stop
Mom,
it.
why are you letting your kid watch that shit anyway?
That's another thing too.
Put Blue's Clues on like a normal person. Like,
yeah. Well, he's got a take about tonight too. I go, wait till Swalwell tweets about what his stupid kid said. Okay. How's he going to use his kid? Like, it's a guarantee he's going to use his kid here. And then right on cue, my little boy just asked, did the bad guy from the grocery store come back? Oh my God. Is he going to come to our house? Oh my God. Okay. That never happened. So my son is like this age too, Deb. And you know what my son was doing? He was watching Bubble Guppies, and he fucking loved it. Like if I put on the news, do you understand the chaos that would happen in my house?
Yeah, no, me too.
Like,
no, she'd be like, no, YouTube, no, something else, anything else.
A child would be like, what the fuck is this shit?
She'd be like, I'm going upstairs then. I'm not
there would be chaos. It'd be like, this is unacceptable.
Sit there and watch it. Like,
I'm not watching the news. I don't get to watch the news in my house. I got one show. I got Tucker. That's my show. And it's on when they go to bed. That's it.
Yeah, my shows are on DVR. That's it. I don't watch anything.
They're on DVR, yeah.
Anything.
I watch Better Call Saul. Do you watch Better Call Saul?
No.
Do we got any Better Call Saul people out there? It was freaking amazing last night. Did you watch Breaking Bad? Do you watch Breaking Bad? Yeah. Well, then you got to watch Better Call Saul.
Yeah, it's on my list of stuff.
It's well worth your time. It was amazing. And so my son's like, that's just like, if I ever, like, what? Yeah, it was crazy ending. I don't want to give it away for people that saw it. Fucking insane. But like, Red Wedding type of shit. Like that's the way it ended. Yeah. So anyway, it's just like my son would kill me. It would just not be allowed. But this he has the most politically active 5-year-old son. So either he's making this up, which is the most likely thing. I love the answer. People like the Salamanca is excellent. So we got some people in the house. Lalo Salamanca is one of the greatest villains of all time in television. Like he's better than any villain on Breaking Bad. He's so good. Anyway, so this whole thing, right? He's like Marlo Stanfield, that level bad guy, like so good. Did you watch The Wire?
No.
Oh, Deb. Oh, you're killing me.
I'm
you
sorry.
gotta watch. These are the classics.
Give me homework.
Do you watch Sopranos?
Yes.
Okay, good. I mean, Sopranos is not as good as The Wire or Breaking Bad. It's definitely very good, but yeah, Slip and Jimmy. Oh, watch. You'll thank me later. The Wire is like the show that every person in America should watch. I've thought about doing some Wire segments for Turtle Club, but I digress. I got two shows, Tucker and Turtleboy. There you go, right there. And so this is an actual show about something, so that's cool. We're actually talking about politics and shit today, and we're getting into it. But so now he goes, now the MAGA Republicans will mock my son. He already knows it's coming. Or say, I'm making this up, as they did when he asked about Buffalo. But these are the questions some parents are fielding tonight. Where are the parents? Like, what if your kid is, if you're a parent fielding questions like that, I got bad news for you. You've completely failed as a parent. Like you had one job to protect your child's innocence, and you failed to do that because you put your priorities over theirs. The child doesn't want to watch CNN, doesn't want to watch the news. The child wants to watch Bubble Guppies on DVR. Okay. The child wants to watch Paw Patrol or Bluey. I highly recommend Bluey. It's the best. Do we have any Bluey parents in the home? Do you watch Bluey in your home?
We do. Bluey, yes.
Bluey is the best show. I like Bluey. It's the only kid show I like because it's funny. The dad is funny. He's the best dad. The Bluey dad is the best dad. I wear his shirt sometimes.
Both parents are awesome. I've seen that. Yeah,
it is the best.
I was dying when like they did like the grandma thing. Like I was cracking up.
They are the most wholesome Australian dog family ever, and they're just like it's just like all the other shows like Paw Patrol. It's like it's hard to relate. These puppies going and saving shit and doing things and whatever. Like Bluey's a great, wholesome family. I like it because it's good family values. You know what I mean? Loving parents that love the kids. I love that shit. I think we need more of that and less of like what Sesame Street has turned into, which is just bullshit.
Oh, God.
Social justice engineering.
She doesn't even want. She doesn't even know what it is. Barely.
Yeah. Yeah. Tell you, if you guys have kids, Bluey is the best show for kids. Trust me, you'll thank me later. It is the best one. Yeah, good. I mean, it's better than Peppa Pig's okay, but Peppa Pig is just so amateur. Like
it's just the same shit repeatedly, and it's like, oh God.
And I also can't. It's the cheapest budget show I've ever seen. Like who drew these freaking animals? What the
fuck? Both eyes on one side of her head and shit. Like,
unoriginal and shit. Like Danny Dog.
Right?
Like Edwin Elephant. Like you could like. And then like Daddy Pig. What happens when? So I'm like, so what happens when Peppa has a kid? What does Daddy Pig become? Is Grandpa Pig then? So
No,
they just
his
changed the
Grandpa
name.
Pig exists.
Huh. Okay. Yeah. So I mean, it's like, yeah, exactly. So what? You just change your name? I mean, yeah. Blue's Clues is another one. It got real political. Fuck Blue's Clues. Just Bluey is a great one, and that's really it. You just need Bluey on DVR. Just tape it all the time. You'll thank me later. Anyway,
That's pretty much it.
that's all you
He
need.
likes PJ Masks sometimes, but
The
not as
ones
much
that
as you.
real PJ Masks is okay, but I always ask the kids. I'm like, when do they sleep?
Yeah, and I was like, "Where's the parents? They don't care." They
Yeah, where's the
sneak out,
parents?
They sneak out like all the time. Like it's fine. It's
Yeah.
cool. Why are all
When
the
do they
children
sleep?
villains? Like, why is no adult villains?
Yeah,
What's the problem?
yeah. I ask the same thing. I go, where is See, we're alike. I'm like, where is what's his name's kids? What Luna Girl? I'm like, so where's Luna Girl's mom?
Yeah, right.
Where's the Wolfie's mom? Are these? They're just evil. These 5-year-olds are just evil. I'm
They
just
just
supposed to
came
hate
out
a 5-year-old? Like, what about their mom? The mom's probably sad and shit. Like, is so Luna Girl's gonna be the next school shooter? Is that what you're saying?
Right.
That one that makes
No, that'd
so
be
they don't
Romeo
sleep.
all day.
They go to school during the day and then they sleep at night. So then they go out and save the night.
They never
So
sleep.
when do they
have
sleep?
plenty of Ritalin for school, so they'll just stay up
Yeah.
all night. That's it.
So that one, and that's why I like Bluey. It's an actual family. They do family shit. And then what other shows suck that the kids watch? Oh, Sophia the First. Oh, do you watch that one?
I loved that one, but she wasn't into it yet. Like, so I actually watched the whole thing. But you're not a princess boy, so that's I can see why you wouldn't like it. It was okay. It was cute.
So gay.
Cute. But I liked the bad guy. I don't even care about Sophia. I like the
There
bad
is no
guy.
bad guy.
Yes, there was.
I mean, he's
Cedric was
kind of a
bad.
bad guy. What's his name?
Cedric was bad.
Yeah, I mean, he's like goofy bad though. He's not like real.
Yeah, but he was trying to be bad. Yeah, and then he reformed after that. And then that's when the show was like over.
So there's that one. What other shows did my goddamn kids watch today? Some of them suck. Oh, that gypsy show, Shimmer and Shine.
Oh, the genies, yeah.
They're gypsies. They're genies. Those are gypsies. Okay, those weird.
Genies.
It's like Japanese TV. That's a weird show. What other shows the kids watch? We're going off on a
Well, they like Bubble Guppies apparently.
I mean, Bubble Guppies is like I compare it. It's like a Coco Melon show. It's just you like the music.
Well, that irks me. Yeah, I can't deal with Coco Melon, dude. I want to slap that baby. I can't stand that kid.
I like shows, I guess, where like I guess Blue's Clues is okay because my son's always answering questions. I like any show that makes him think.
Oh yeah. My kid likes Mickey Mouse. She watches like Mickey Mouse.
Yeah,
House.
at least that's about problem solving. That one.
Yeah, exactly.
Or Blaze and the Monster Machines. They watch that. There's always a problem they're solving in these shows. I like problem solving shows. I can't stand the stupid like Sophia the First. Isn't about. It's just
there was no problems.
Why do I care about this rich ass white girl living in a castle? I don't give a shit about.
Rich,
she's Cinderella. Right? Oh, so her dad fucked the king. So now she's got a maid and
her dad fucked the king. I was not that woke.
Is that what it was? I don't know. Okay.
You said his dad fucked the king.
Oh, Doc McStuffins is woke. Fuck Michelle Obama.
Totally.
Michelle Obama was on Doc McStuffins.
Yes,
as soon as
she
I
was.
saw that, nope. That's the end of that. That is as soon as you start pushing that shit, I'm out. Because you know that Melania Trump would not be on there.
Caillou.
Period.
Carolyn says Caillou. I hate Caillou, dude.
I've never seen it.
No. Oh, don't.
Never seen it.
Don't. You don't want to. This kid looks like he has no hair and all he does is talk and ask stupid questions all friggin' day. His parents and his grandparents are just like, you take him. Shut up, Caillou. It's awful.
I feel
Mr.
bad.
Rogers too.
I feel bad kids don't get to see Mr. Rogers. That was a great
Right?
show. Mr.
I love
Rogers
that
was
show.
great. Everybody loved Mr. Rogers. A little bit creepy when you think about it, but that's okay. This guy with the sweater that wants you to come into his house and where's the train gonna go?
I loved when you fed the fish and stuff. But if you look
That's
at some of the puppets and stuff now, they got creepy as hell.
Yeah, I started watching goddamn Sesame Street. Sesame Street, and there's just so many. Every ethnicity has to be fucking whatever on there. And then there's one episode where like the Black Muppet was just like, he's sad because black people are dying.
Oh, no.
Really? What's the matter, Bert? Oh, he's black. Oh, really? Oh, I guess we're just killing him like hotcakes out here, huh? Oh, that's not good. What happened to Cookie Monster just shoving his face with cookies and shit?
Right?
Cookie
And
Monster's the
Oscar being
best.
grouchy.
Yeah. Or Elmo.
Or
Yeah.
still being in the
Bitch, I live in a
closet,
trash can. I live in a trash can. Ho, what's your problem? Okay. Anyway, I
It's
never.
so off topic. This is hilarious.
Yeah, how'd this happen? We just started talking about shit. So yeah, here we are. So anyway, I mean, you started talking about Swalwell and his stupid kids. They just watch the news. They don't get to watch anything in his house except the news. But he's making this all up. Obviously, none of that actually happened. And then he's down here like in his replies. Let me check his replies. Has he tweeted out some more? Oh God. Let's see what he says here. Okay, so this is what he says. They go, "What did you say to that?" And he goes,
Okay, and he
"I told him he's going to be okay. He shouldn't worry," which is a total lie. He lives in a country of yeah. So my son's gonna die. Basically, my son's gonna die. Like, what are you talking about? I'm like, you are a horrible parent, but of course you didn't actually say this, so it doesn't really matter anyway. And then just Fang. You know, Fang, as soon as this guy tweets, I know Fang is going to be trending on Twitter real soon. Because whenever I see Fang trending on Twitter, I'm like, oh, Swalwell said something stupid again, huh? But these are the kind of people. And by the way, these are the people that the 435 chosen people who are going to magically fix shootings. Like that guy's going to fix it. Somehow, Eric Swalwell has the secret recipe to stopping shooting. None of us else can figure it out because we're not as smart as him and his CNN child. Okay, so
maybe one day.
Yeah, maybe someday.
You want me to? I have that video, by the way, of Biden.
Oh yeah, let's see the Biden one. Yeah, can we watch that?
Yeah.
Let me check if there's any turtle chats here. Oh, we got turtle chat.
Yeah, I heard turtle chat was looking wonky from someone earlier.
Looking wonky?
Yeah, like I don't know if it worked or not.
I got one here. Let's see. Let me bring it up. We got one from Steven, sends 10, and he says, "Some people do not like where I spend my money. F them, Turtle Gang. I wonder who those some people could be, Steven. I totally don't know. But I'm happy. I appreciate the donos there, my guy. I appreciate it very much. Again, if you guys like the show and you want to support free speech, the link is at the top there to Turtle Chat. Any message that you write with it will show up. So again, I'd encourage people to just, if you want to sound off on someone, that's the way you do it. Okay, what do we got here?
Let's see.
Can we blow it up?
Yeah.
Kate Ernest has the next question. She asks, do you believe that banning certain weapons and high-capacity magazines will mean that law-abiding citizens will then become more of a target to criminals?
Is this a trans?
We will have no way to sufficiently protect ourselves.
Is this Parents Magazine?
It is.
I have Parents Magazine in my home. I've never heard anybody in Parents Magazine ask these kinds of questions, but I'm delighted to answer them.
Pause it.
First of all,
can we just talk about right away? This is what year?
I knew 2013.
Yeah. So two things. I don't know. That guy's voice is very distracting, or that lady's voice, whatever. This is 9 years ago. It is amazing to watch how much more fluid Joe Biden was 9 years ago. This is a different person. Just the way, the speed in which he talks, his ability to just answer something right away.
Oh, yeah.
For all these people that say he's not in decline, just watch this. This is 9 years ago. This is a different person than the guy I just saw speak. So go ahead.
The idea that, repeat the last part of the question, please.
So she's asking if a ban goes into effect on certain kinds of weapons and high-capacity magazines.
And what's your name?
Kate.
Kate, if you want to protect yourself, get a double-barrel shotgun, have the shells, a 12-gauge shotgun, and I promise you, as I told my wife, we live in an area that's wooded and somewhat secluded. I said, Jill, if there's ever a problem, just walk out on the balcony here or walk out, put that double-barrel shotgun and fire 2 blasts outside the house. I promise you, who's ever coming in is not going to, you don't need an AR-15.
Don't do that.
It's harder to aim. It's harder to use. And in fact, you don't need 30 rounds to protect yourself. Buy a shotgun.
Oh my God.
Buy a shotgun.
Oh my God. I can't believe he said that. I cannot believe he said that. That is wild. Okay. Wow. Wow. Okay. Anyway, so that was interesting that Joe Biden actually told people to buy a shotgun, and maybe this kid listened to that in Texas and was like, I'm going to go buy a shotgun. and then I'm just going to indiscriminately shoot it, which is what he told people. No, if you do own a shotgun and you're like sitting on your back porch and you see someone like kind of in the distance in the woods there milling around, don't just shoot indiscriminately. Don't do that. No. You don't want to do that. That's not what you do. It could be some guy going for a jog, right? Somebody looking for his dog. I don't know. There's a lot. Don't do that. Don't do that. Shoot people when they're a threat, not just when you're like, oh, I see you there. Just give them 2 warning shots. Jill Biden coming out there, motherfucker, just shooting motherfuckers with a shotgun. Jesus Christ. Don't ever do that. Oh, my God. These people with the guns. Okay.
People
he did.
This video.
I don't know if tolerable is the word, but like functioning. Like that seemed like a normal person, kind of like when he spoke. Like, okay. So anyway, we didn't even get to any of the stories because I just wanted to rant about that for an hour. And we did. So we'll talk about some of the other stuff on Turtle Club, but why don't we just do a little Ask Turtleboy? If you guys have any questions, fire away. If not, we'll call it a night.
We had a decent audience for not talking about anything.
Yeah, not bad. Not bad. Do you think shooting will mobilize the Dems and help prevent a total... No, not at all. If their answer is more gun control, it's not something that's going to right. The only thing that can fix Dems is inflation has to stop. That's all people care about is inflation. I mean, it's killing this country right now. Everything is you cannot buy a home right now if you don't already own a home. Period. Like it's the worst time ever. Are you in favor of gun control? I think it's pretty self-evident from watching this, my take on the effectiveness of gun controls. So I was going to write about this because Barstool had some fucking... Let me show you this Barstool take on this. So if you guys don't know what happened here, Josh Donaldson, third baseman for the Yankees. I didn't even know he's on the Yankees. He's been around. He apparently said to Tim Anderson, a black player on the White Sox, something. He called him Jackie Robinson, and it led to a whole thing. And this bitch ass catcher, Tim Anderson wouldn't even say anything to him. His bitch ass catcher said something to him. Tony La Russa, the manager for the White Sox, called it racist because he called him Jackie Robinson. Well, as it turns out, this guy 2 years ago in some article and something, he compared himself to Jackie Robinson. Oh my God. So Josh Donaldson mockingly was like, yo, okay, Jackie, something like that. Like he was mocking the idea that this guy compared himself to Jackie Robinson. And it's ridiculous to compare yourself to Jackie Robinson because Jackie Robinson wasn't a bitch. Jackie Robinson was not a bitch. And this dude is a straight bitch because he cried about it. Like we have the weakest marginalized people in the world in this country. You'd think you'd be a little more grizzled if life was this hard for you. You'd think you would. But no, this millionaire baseball player crying because Judge and he's like, and people want him like banned and shit. And this is Barstool Sports' take on it. Josh Donaldson, Huffstool Sports. Josh Donaldson is a scumbag. Let me just read this fucking blog. This is so pathetic. And this is why I'm like, wow, I got people like, you want to be Barstool. No, I don't. I don't want to be this. This is gay as shit.
All set.
Like when I read this, I'm like, I have no desire to be this whatsoever. So he goes, so all those, I mean, just the writing style, the writer is White Sox Dave. So all these greasy, disgusting loser Yankee fans are in my mentions, which is fine. Typically I welcome the back and forth, even that means they're defending Josh Donaldson, the biggest D in all of baseball, even though I fucking hate him.
You can write fucking, but not D.
I know, right? Yeah. Donaldson always played a good heel, and heels aren't necessarily a bad thing. But now it sounds like we have ourselves a racist heel on our hands. Oh, my, for fuck's sake. Yeah, not so sure here. Context matters for sure, but maybe it was a running joke between them. There's a non-zero chance of that, I guess. But on the heels of TA and Donaldson getting into last week in Chicago, and on the heels of Donaldson being a complete cunt every time he plays the Red Sox he's wearing, I highly doubt Donaldson is dumb enough to think he and TA are chummy enough to be able to throw off-color jokes. I mean, shut the fuck up. Shut up. Like I'd be embarrassed to write a story like that. I would never let anyone like that write for me. I mean, bloggers are hard to find. People like that sucks. I would rather just do it by myself forever than ever hire someone like that.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck. People like that will never ever write for me. But you want to be Barstool? No, I don't want to be. I'd rather quit than have anything like that ever published on my fucking website. Give me a break. I want people come to Turtleboy because I'm the only media outlet there that tells it like it is. Maybe I will write a blog about this. Tim Anderson is whiny, fucking entitled cunt who wishes he was oppressed and is a fucking joke. I don't even know who he was before this, but I know that Josh Donaldson calling you Jackie isn't racist. So shut the fuck up and cry more, you little bitch. Anyway, that's that. So that's my thought on that. Why aren't gun laws the same in every state? Make it a federal law for background. There are. It's called the Brady Bill. We have the Brady Bill, but that's what states are for. States have different laws when it comes to different things. Like, I don't know. Because what's the purpose of states then? Great job in the Southwick High School principal. Yes, we have a follow-up with that one coming. The guy realized his mistake after the blog, and he wrote a follow-up email. His investigation is concluded, so I'll be following up on that one.
Is it? Wow.
Yes, it is concluded. And the conclusion is he's a fucking idiot. So,
shocker.
Is it rumor true that the failed K9 trooper is now living in a trailer park? Yes. Unfortunately, that appears to be the case for her. She lives in a trailer, I guess. So life is what's this guy's problem? I mean, are you new here? Ron Karlstrom? Actually, Ron is a great answer. So feel free to come back. If you want to come on, Ron, and talk about this, I'm going to copy and paste that right there. Okay? So there, if you want to join me in a respectable conversation about this, I don't know what your problem is, Ron, but this would be a good time to come up here and share your thoughts. It's okay to be Barstool. Think of the golf tournament we could have if we had $100 million in the turtle. Yeah, we could have a hell of a tournament. That's for goddamn sure. With I mean, I'd like to make as much money as Dave Portnoy. Don't get me wrong. I like money. Money be green.
Right.
But, I'd also like to keep my my brand and my dignity.
Integrity.
And I feel like, I'll never be as rich as Dave Portnoy, obviously. But I feel like I can make a healthy living doing this, and I'd like to do it for the rest of my life, if you know what I mean, and grow the brand my way. My creation. Turtleboy is my baby, and I'm never going to let it change, okay? So, all right. The answer is that's the way it is. What are you? I mean, come up here. I gave you the link. I'll share it one more time. That's not my answer at all. So again, feel free to come up if you want. Let's see. Next branch court appearance. I don't even know, to be honest with you. Not even sure. Let's see. How badly do you think Herschel Walker will be? I don't think that's a done deal by any sake. I mean, Georgia's a purple state, dude. The advantage Herschel Walker and Raphael Warnock won with more votes than the white guy won. Remember that guy? They both ran at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
And so, and John, what the fuck's his name? Oshkin, whatever the guy's name is, Ossoff. They had the same election, both Democrats. Warnock got more votes than Ossoff. So he was running against a more unpopular candidate in Kelly Loeffler, so that certainly helped, Kelly Loeffler. But I don't think that's by any means a done deal. I think that's a coin flip. I would love to see Herschel Walker win. Obviously, that would be huge for our country. And we would have, we would have the only black guy in the Senate at that point because Cory Booker doesn't count. Is what Brian Kemp and Herschel Walker crushed in the GA primaries tonight. But it's different because Kemp was going against the Trump guy. He was going against Perdue, who was just completely exposed as being a fraud. No way Abrams will get elected. So Stacey Abrams polled much better against Perdue than she does against Kemp. Now, I'm not a big fan of either of them, but one thing I like about Kemp more is just like he's not obsessed with the election. Like he's not obsessed with the election was stolen. Yeah, we get it. The election is stolen. People are just so annoying because it's all they want you to talk about. It's like, no, there's other things too, dude. There's gun control. There's all this. Why aren't you talking about this stolen election? 2,000 Mules? Have you watched 2,000 Mules yet? Yeah, watch it. Show the fuck out. I got other shit I'm doing right now, okay? And it's like, that's what Purdue was all about. Just you're kissing Trump's ass when you do that. It's not a winning issue. Stop it, okay? Stop it.
I'm going to check donos again.
Or do I? Let's see. Oh, we got one there. Hold on. So yeah, I'm happy that Brian Kemp won tonight. Turtle Cadet sends 50. Thank you, Turtle Cadet. He says 1 banana, 2 banana, 3 banana, 4. The banana splits. Great kids show. Thanks for stirring these memories. Unk. There we go. My pleasure. My pleasure. So was that a pun I missed? 1 banana, 2 banana, 3 banana?
No,
4?
that's the show, Banana Splits.
Oh, I didn't know there's a show called that.
It was a long time ago.
Okay, gotcha. Okay. Kemp was a done deal. Right, exactly. Kemp was a done deal. I mean, everybody knew that. So, I'm glad. My biggest concern there is Stacey Abrams can't grow any bigger than she is. Like, we don't need Stacey Abrams becoming a national figure. Because I can't stand that one. Oh, there's another one.
Right.
Oh, okay. Any other things? Let's see. Who's Rafin? I don't even know who that is. I don't even know. Was there any other big elections tonight? I don't know. Mo Brooks was a Trump guy, and then he wasn't a Trump guy because he wasn't big enough on the election, was stolen stuff. So Trump got rid of him. Anyway. Any truth to Monica Candy Grant had a heart attack? She claims she did. She certainly has the body type for it, which makes it believable. And she's like, I think she's saying that, like, oh, this indictment's causing me a heart attack. I think it's the cholesterol, but if you did,
all the stuff you use that money for, like all those dates and shit.
Yeah, it's also sounds about as legit as Eric Swalwell's kid asking him, "Daddy, are you going to save me from the shooters?" Okay, sure thing.
Or Didi's like surgery member that she took to Miami, had a vacation with.
Oh, right, that guy, yeah.
She's just looking out for Mentor like usual.
All right. Stop messaging me during the show, Al Dente. Okay. Anything else? Marjorie Taylor Greene. Oh, was she supposed to be close? I didn't even know she was supposed to be close. See, I mean, I think Marjorie Taylor's kind of like a moron, but like she's our moron, and we need her because she votes the right. The people that they tell me not to like are the ones who always vote the right way. They told me not to like Madison Cawthorn. They told me not to like Matt Gaetz. They told me not to like Lauren Boebert. But every time there's a vote, they always vote the way I want them to. So, I'll take that. One of two had to get an MRI today. Doc had me change out of my mask to put on a plastic one because it was safer. Last time I checked pre-COVID, we weren't wearing anything. I mean, it's insane.
Real safe, huh?
My daughter went to go get a cavity filled, and like I had to wear a mat. I'm like, what we're doing? Like, she's going to take her mask off to get, like, I like how they treat medical offices. Like, well, we still have to wear masks here. Why? What? Why? That makes no sense. So
yeah, medical offices they didn't yet. When I did my thing, remember, like I told you, I smashed my face open, and that was like right before it got really bad. So it was it was like 2 years ago this year. So it was like 2019, like just Christmas Eve, and that was the only time I didn't have a mask on was when I was sitting in the fucking hospital amongst all the people who had it. And guess what? When I came home from getting my stitches out 2 weeks later, we all got COVID.
Yeah, I agree. I mean,
but now you need the masks.
Ridiculous. MTG is RAOC. I like that. That's a good. I think that's pretty accurate. Okay. Anybody else have any other questions they want to ask? Do you think the Bush assassination plot was designed to fuel his nephew's election? What's his I don't even know what his nephew's running for. Doesn't he have a MAGA nephew in there somewhere? There's a new Bush, a younger Bush that's like a MAGA guy. He's cool. He's a cool Bush, believe it or not. Did you see Amanda rip Connie for being welfare defense? Did she really? No. Tell me she didn't see the irony of that one. Oh, no. God, no. Oh, it's like, it's just irony hour. Too funny. Oh, too funny. All right. Anybody else have any other questions? All right. Give you guys a couple seconds to catch up if you want to ask a question. If not, we'll call it a night. There's a what's the score, by the way, in that Golden State game? Are they sweeping them right now? See the scores right now. So the Lightning swept, which I guess was like the most predictable thing ever. Of course, the Lightning are going to beat the Panthers. The Florida Panthers aren't going to win the Stanley Cup, even though they're freaking the best team, one of the best teams. Wow, the Oilers are winning 3-0 over the Flames. I wanted Calgary because I've seen Edmonton. Edmonton's won Stanley Cups in my lifetime. They've made it to the Stanley Cup Finals in my lifetime. The Calgary Flames, they have cool uniforms. I respect that, and they never win shit. So I was kind of hoping the Calgary Flames, but I want whoever comes out of
it. The Mavs is 47-62.
Mavs are up at halftime. Okay, yeah, we'll see if they can hold on and make that, not a competitive series, but not get swept. That's nice. I mean, that's talk about a one-man team. Holy shit. The Rangers beat the Canes, so that series is all tied up now. So that's interesting. I thought the Canes, I kind of hope the Hurricanes, I'd rather see, I'm rooting for whoever is playing Tampa Bay. Fuck them. Calgary won a cup in 89. I mean, I was so young, I can hardly remember that. But Gretzky played on the Oilers. The Oilers are an all-time team. And the Oilers made the finals in like 06 around then, I think. I remember them being in the finals. They lost. But I like the Calgary uniforms. I think that I respect a good uniform. They've like nobody wears red and yellow. I mean, the Chiefs do, I guess. So, but yeah, I mean, I like Calgary. I think it's a cool city. I mean, it's like they don't have any other teams there. I like places that have one team because they're fucking nuts about them. They're nuts about them. Do you think the C's win in 6? I hope so, man. I mean, they're clearly the better team. We've seen this in the 2 games that we've won. It's just murder. Straight murder. And the games that they've won, it's like they were up by 26 and we almost won. Like that's how they win games. And then we just get up by 26, it's over. It's like just done. So we're clearly the better team. It doesn't matter if we play in Miami because if we get in there and we punch them in the face real early, we win the game.
Yeah, we have to start with a lead or you're screwed.
Yeah, and they don't want to win. Like it's like they're done. Like they're falling apart. Kyle Lowry looks slow and fat. Jimmy Butler looks beat up, and he's kind of their whole team. You can't trust Max. These Max Strus is only going to take you so far, as you saw in that game. Adebayo seems to be hit or miss. So we're the better team. I mean, Tatum and Brown are perfectly healthy. At the end of the day, obviously Williams and Marcus Smart, you never know who's going to be hurt that night. That kind of sucks, but like our 2 stars are in perfect health. So we should win. We should win in 6. We should definitely win in 6. Okay? I mean, Hero has been non-existent this series.
He said Hero and Tatum's out next game, he thinks.
Tatum is out?
That's what he said, he thinks.
What? Is that... Wait, Lionel Meeks watches sports? So I've never took him as a sport ball guy. Okay. What's the name of his channel is called Mastral Report, but he does like 13-hour streams. I wouldn't recommend it. Okay. Only when I go on. he'll be like,
I second that.
There's like hours of silence on there. Like they'll just sit and then if someone else goes live, he streams them. He streams them.
That's about it.
Yeah, and then he'll throw like a random hissy fit, and then he'll demand like money for a hamburger or cigarettes or something.
That's totally the show.
Yeah, so God bless Connie.
Although I did hear he like Ellen yelled at him for like an hour the other day, and it was glorious. So
that's my kind of content right there. Yeah. Okay, so you don't know what you're talking because you scared me with the Tatum thing. Don't say that if you don't know what you're talking about. Don't give me a fucking heart attack. Okay. Oh, was he making shit up? Was he just making shit up just to fuck with me? Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah, so the Colonel's son down the camp, down the Cape, there was a hearing on that today. So I got more on that coming. I stand by what Amanda, you don't stand much at all. Stop it. Stop that. Okay. We know that. That's a lie. Okay. Any other questions?
Oh, chronic ironic. Ellen is Connie's mom.
Yeah, Ellen's Connie's mom that yells at him a lot. It's great comedic stuff.
It really
great
is, dude.
Bird and Russell are out. Man, I love watching the Bird highlights is great. I love watching old school basketball. Like they're good, man. Some of these players are fucking good. The way they crash the boards, they play a different game. I mean, they're not as athletic and crazy as today's current players are, but they could do some crazy shit that players can't do today.
Hockey was way more interesting back in the day too.
Hockey? Why? Well, because they didn't wear face masks.
Just generally, yeah. And I mean, you don't see anyone going up in the stands and beating people with a shoe these days.
No, you don't see that anymore. Maybe that needs to come back.
That was amazing.
Bring a shotgun. Yeah.
Get a shotgun. It'll be better.
Yeah. All right, guys. So I think we're going to call it a night. Thank you guys for coming on and joining us. Thank you for the donos there. Refresh. Don't want to miss anyone. Oh, we got one more. Another dono here I want to share with the class. And that would be from our good friend Kathy. Sends $25 and she says, "Great show." Thank you, Kathy. I really appreciate that.
Thanks,
And good times. So Turtleboy. Oh, I was mentioned in Reason Magazine today too. I should have shared that on Facebook.
Oh, nice.
I shared it on Twitter. Yeah, got a shout out on that. So anyway, guys, thank you guys for joining us, and we will see you guys all.
Some of you on Thursday, the rest of you on Saturday.
There you go. Go Celtics tomorrow night. Probably not going to stream it. I just want to enjoy it. Nobody watches. I mean, I love you guys, but nobody's there. So I'm just going to fucking watch the game, and enjoy it. Maybe I'll tweet about it. We'll see. So anyway, guys, have a good night, and we will see you all on Thursday or Saturday. Peace, Turtle Riders.
Have a good night, everyone.